So next you're gonna outline all of your letters with black. So a black marker or Sharpie would work best, but if you have a pen or a black colored pencil or crayon, that's gonna work out just fine. Just remember, if you're using crayon or colored pencil, that they might be really thin, so you might even want to kind of like shade in your letters as you go to make them a little bit thicker if you want thicker lines. Okay, so I actually made up just a small drawing with some examples of simple patterns that you might want to use behind your letters. I think simple is going to be best for this. I tried it another way with more advanced, complicated designs, and it just got to be too much because the patterns kind of start to compete for attention and they take away from the letters of your name. So I'm going to have this up while you're drawing, and I have some swirls, some zigzags, some polka dots, and some dashed lines. So those are good to get started with, and if you have more than 4 letters in your name, like I have 6, then you can either combine some of these patterns or you can just come up with your own. And you don't have to use these are just ideas that might help get you started. So I'm going to do, I think I'm gonna do some of these dashed lines. I'm gonna pick the simplest one for my first letter just to show you how to do it. And I'm gonna use my pencil. I don't wanna do Sharpie or crayon yet because I can erase it as I go. And I can fill in between my spaces of my letters. And remember, a pattern is repeating over and over again, but you kind of have to know when to stop because you're gonna wanna start your next pattern around the second letter of your name. So I just leave a little bit of space and I just kind of stop right there. And I kind of really like these diagonal lines right now because it's thunderstorming outside and it reminds me of the rain falling. That's why I love art so much, because sometimes it just connects with everything that's happening that moment in time. Okay, so I've got my rain going. That looks pretty good. And I went all the way down to the bottom, inside and around my letter. I could add a couple more, but it's good to just keep it simple. And then I'm ready to move on to my next one. So for my L, I have a lot more space over in here. I don't want to get too close to the S. I want to leave a little bit. So another one that I could try, let's do some zigzags. And when I practiced this project a couple times, I had some trouble with zigzags because I wasn't really sure where to start and stop. So I think the trick is to go slow. Decide if you want them diagonal, horizontal, or vertical, and just kind of go with it. I'm trying to make each row of zigzags the same size and length. That's where I had some trouble. Kind of looks like a letter M over and over and over and over again. And mine aren't perfect. That's okay, I'm not trying to make them perfect. That's not my goal with this. If one's a little shorter or longer than the other, it's okay. And even if you just do a little bit of pattern in and around each letter, you don't have to fill up the entire space like I did. So now we can kind of back it up. That's what I have with my A and L so far. So I actually went ahead and I already did the rest of my name. So this is what I came up with. And I actually had to patch mine together. So if you're wondering what this change in paper is, that was just from a mistake that I made actually. So when I color, I can try to color over or around it. Okay, so I have a variety of different patterns. I tried to come up with a different one behind and around each one. And then the next step will be to add some color. And we're just gonna go over here. And I'm gonna use quite a bit of pressure. And I'm overlapping all of my patterns. With a black pastel and kind of beef up my letters a little bit because they're kind of skinny and you can't really see them too well. So this is the last part where you just look at your art and you decide, what can I do to make it look better? So I'm just going to touch up my letters real quick. So here is my finished pattern name project. I hope you have fun making this, and I can't wait to see pictures of your art when you're done. Make sure you email me at lsariw.k12.michigan.us. Thanks, artists. See you later.